Hey, it's Jason Creel. I want to talk about the psychology of the lawn care business. Really there's psychology in any business when you're talking about marketing and how to convince people to choose your company when you're dealing with people's minds and what causes them to make certain decisions. And you think about it from a service industry, there's a little bit of a barrier to overcome in the customer's minds. Now, obviously, I guess the most notorious industry for this would be a used car salesman. They're the ones with the reputation. You're immediately skeptical when you go talk to one. You think he's going to try to take advantage of me. And so, fortunately, we don't have to overcome those type barriers. But even for service industries, for example, today I was on the phone with a couple of plumbers. I have to get a water heater replaced, and I'm skeptical talking to them on the phone. I'm wondering, are they trying to take advantage of me, or what's the real cost? How much should this cost? And I need to do a little research to understand what it should cost to know if I'm getting a decent deal. And so, it's kind of the nature of it. Unfortunately, we're not able to just walk up to a customer and then fully accept that the price we tell them is a fair and reasonable price because, people have had bad experiences with other lawn care companies, and so you have that barrier to overcome. And the truth is, there's so many lawn care companies out there, And many times the customer has a little bit of a leverage because they know they can find someone else to do what you do. Maybe, you know as well as I do, you can't always find somebody that can do it as well if you have a good business going. So they don't have all the leverage, but you understand the point. So anyway, when we're talking about psychology and marketing, I got to think about it when I got this advertisement from a competitor, and what do they do to make someone choose them? And so a couple things. One, they sort of listed out areas that they're different than their competition. And some areas were legitimate and some were just, things that not really that much different. But I thought, well, that helps. They're making an attempt to set themselves apart. And then two, and I thought this was the best and most significant thing on the advertisement, was they made a guarantee to the customer. And it went something like this. Basically, they guaranteed that if you were unhappy with the quality of service that they provided, that they would either fix it or that they'd refund the price of your last service. Well, that's nothing that a lot of us wouldn't do anyway. For instance, if you're mowing grass and a customer calls and says, hey, you forgot to edge the left side of my driveway. You say, oh, I'm sorry. It was an honest mistake. I'll be out tomorrow to fix it. Or even if they complain, I've had to recut someone's whole yard before, and you go look at it, and I'm like, I don't know if it really looked that bad to me, but sometimes I try to give the customer a benefit of the doubt. But if, obviously, if you have someone that continually calls you out, you just try to separate yourself from them and put them off on one of your competitors. But basically, the point is, they made this guarantee that if you're not happy, they'll come fix it or they'll give you your money back. So what that does is that removes one of those barriers from the customer's mind, and the barrier being, that slight fear, maybe just in their subconscious, that somebody's trying to take advantage of me or rip me off. And so that sort of eases that tension to think, well, you know what? It says right here that if I'm not happy, he'll fix it or refund my money. And I think simple things like that give the customer a little bit of a comfort level with that company, and may make them choose them. And so that's something I'm thinking about doing on mine. I'm making a similar guarantee. And because the truth is, how many customers do you think they actually have to refund the money to? Sure, occasionally they'll get called back out and say, hey, I have a weed here. Can you treat that? Or, just something didn't go right. So they come out and take care of it. But how many times do they actually refund the money? Probably get asked to do that next to never. I mean, far less than 1% of the customers, I would imagine. And so you weigh that against how many customers they've gained from, from making this guarantee that sort of puts people at ease, and I think it's a smart business move. And so it's not in any way trying to manipulate, at least I hope it's not, manipulate or take advantage of someone or brainwash them. It's just simply a business marketing tactic to help that person feel comfortable, because the truth is, if you have a good lawn business, and that's why I feel about my business, that once they agree to take use my service, there'll be no regrets. I mean, it's going to go smoothly, and I try to make it as smooth as possible, and you don't want any buyer's remorse for choosing your lawn service. And so, you just got to help them get over that initial hurdle to trust you. So the other area in psychology of lawn business I wanted to hit on just briefly was, for us, the lawn business owner, and how it can play with our mind some. And what I mean by is, if I've been out marketing trying to get customers, some days go good, some not as well. So on a day when I pick up a few customers, I feel like I made some good contacts, I'm feeling great and thinking this is going great, and I just get excited. And on a day when my phone's not ringing, or I didn't make any good connections, then I can get discouraged, And I think as lawn business owners, especially when you're starting a business, as I am, starting over again, you have to kind of keep your eye on the prize, if you will. What the end goal is that I'm building, and it's going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight, but I got to continue doing what I know works. I'm out there meeting people, talking to business owners, putting out postcards, using any kind of social media and internet marketing I can do to build my name recognition, and giving quotes, and you're picking up customers. It's just a slow go. And so I have to remind myself of that as I'm building, and I'm wanting to get more phone calls. And truth is, a lot of people don't start thinking about their lawn until March or April, even later up north, when they start seeing things green up, then they begin thinking about their lawn, where, in the lawn business, we may be thinking about it year round, or at least much earlier than a customer would. So, so keep your eye focused on what you're doing. And I was just wanting to talk about this in ways in marketing that we can remove some of those barriers to help customers choose our lawn business. So I hope that's helpful to you. Thanks.